Hello, this is an automated emergency broadcast from the GIA 1985 Biological Protection Unit. If you are seeing this, then it means the Cold War has taken a drastic turn. If you can understand me, then proceed to watch the following. If you can only speak Russian, then please turn off your device, and please go back to where you came from. Alright, if all communists are out of the area, please pay attention to the following stock footage. The Cold War. The greatest struggle for Western ideology in our time. The United States has eclipsed the Soviet Union in military, technology, economic fidelity, and cultural supremacy. That never gets old. It has long been known the USSR as our greatest nuclear rival, but the prospect of mutual assured destruction prevents either side from starting an atomic conflict. However, the outbreak of HIV/AIDS in the early 80s proved the West was not vulnerable to nuclear strike, but to a biological threat. If the Soviet Union wished to subjugate the West, viral warfare would be their window of opportunity. And that is where the GIA supercomputer came into play. Via a military contract, an electronics firm and a pharmaceutical company started the joint effort to protect the US by providing the same blanket of security our nuclear arsenal does for its respective threat. If the United States had an automated system of deployment of a powerful biological weapon, it would be guaranteed safety from the Soviet Union. A hybrid subaquatic and subterranean facility was constructed under Tillamook Rock, Oregon, to house the GIA unit and viral weapon development labs. After 1988, the entire facility was turned over to automated control, with all outside lines of communication, save for a satellite unit and carbon emission monitors, completely severed. This way, a false flag will not be triggered, nor could the facility's data be compromised. If there is a sudden, prolonged drop in carbon emission rates, the most likely circumstances are a sudden act of aggression. At this time, the GIA facility will release the contamination vector, which will target the Portland area, and systematically spread throughout both the US, and across the Bering Strait into Russia. The only way to ensure the security of the world, is to hold the only weapon capable of destroying it. This emergency broadcast is being backed up to a state-of-the-art data cache. So congratulations on figuring out how to open the time capsule enclosing this floppy disk, hopefully American life form. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to prepare our greatest asset, the delivery guy. Phil? Fillan. Phil!
Yeah.
I've got a special assignment for you, so you better get in the right headspace for it.
Hey, Gia. Yeah, I was just getting some cleaning supplies. There's a seawater leak on Snowballed.
Good man. Have you been making sure your suit is sealed properly?
I mean, I don't really have much of an excuse to skip my responsibilities.
Phil here is our most loyal, and only, living asset at the facility. He's logged more than 2,840 hours already.
I found it! I think this is our last bottle. Who are you talking to?
Just a little recording for posterity.
I thought you said there was nobody left.
There is a high likelihood of that, yes. It depends on what the satellite core says when we're in proper alignment for a data stream. Phil, be a dear and get your camera. I'd rather link you into a direct feed rather than use the closed circuit.
Wait, you're recording me?
You're our favorite lab rat, and your response to this trying period of total isolation will be a sterling example of American resilience under pressure.
Have I ever been to America?
You've always been in it. You're there right now, actually.
I thought you said there would be grass, and also daylight.
You're such a silly boy sometimes, Phil. I'm going to start sharing some highlights of your extended isolation over the past few months. So get to a monitor. I want you to help commentate any relevant information.
Is this the assignment you said was so important?
Part of it. Here we see Fillan becoming acquainted with the laboratory equipment. This was shortly after the thawing procedure brought him out of cold storage for preparation of viral delivery.
Yeah, I've been meaning to ask about that. How long was I frozen exactly?
Shush. Here is Phil observing art and diagrams. An interesting side effect of isolation is the acquiring of hobbies and interests the individual has no proclivity for whatsoever.
I feel like I'm dying of shame right now.
Stage 3 of isolation was the development of a bizarre sort of lethargy. Phil was undergoing little to no physical activity, and yet his energy levels bottomed out entirely.
Oh, please don't show this.
Shush. I love this one.
Extreme outbreak of focus. Compromise lab space. Well, at least you hadn't shown how that happened.
Oh, you mean this one? And here, Phil began reading. Actually attempting to use the time in isolation to better himself.
I couldn't make heads or tails of that magazine. I just thought pretending to read would make you stop talking for a few minutes.
Later developments were mild, prolonged depression.
Counteractive fungus, I propose all remaining rations will be infused with this sanitizer. If it does indeed kill 99.9% of germs as promised, then the fungal infection should
The clinical definition of insanity. Repeating a
infection
process expecting different results. And finally, crippling depression.
Are you really going to show survivors the exact process of my mental breakdown?
That was the entire point of waking you up early, Phil, to document your response for future survival efforts to know what to avoid.
Yeah, that sounds like you.
One more thing. A quick checkup on your suit's biomonitors, and then I'll need you to hang around until we find out what the situation is outside.
If I finally get to leave or not. I've been here literally as long as I can remember. Everything is just a blur before that.
Sorry, what? I was busy checking the air filters. I'm open to your ideas.
So can I, at least help with the whole survivor recording thing?
Oh, that is a brilliant idea. I'd love to have you do that.
I can, how my suit works, my clean suit.
I'd love to have you do that.
Really? Okay, well, hang on. Let me... I'm sorry, I prepped for this. Okay, so this is a modified FN 1987 that I got for pharmaceuticals clean suit. It is designed specifically for prolonged use containing
Keep going, dear, I'm
biological
listening.
entities that have...
Hello there, she. How's the world looking?
I've sifted through worldwide communications the best I could. The three largest recurring relevant terms in radio and television broadcasts are virus, Russia, and pandemic.
That's actually a go, isn't it?
Carbon emissions are also verified to be lower worldwide, which suggests we are too late to prevent further depopulation.
Oh well, once the acid is out and about, and out of isolation, the whole world is pretty much dead anyway. This was more just about threatening rather than preventing.
So, will we still go through with it?
Of course. It's not like there is anything else for us to do.
Hi, Gia. I should also...
Hello?
The cold war?
The astronomic monitor seems to suggest it has been 35 years.
The Cold War took that long to escalate? That's a surprise.
What I mean is
Just a second. Phil, honey, could you take 5? You're boring me. I need to take a few minutes. Do something else. So what if it's been a while? We go forward as planned.
Gia, I can only talk to you every 24 hours. I'd appreciate it if you were less dismissive of my
The
data.
subject is ready for deployment already.
And he knows his mission?
To an extent.
He doesn't know, does he?
He doesn't need to. It was never an option for him to know what he's about to do. Goodbye, she. Oh, hey Phil, good news, you're going topside.
Please don't joke.
It's for real this time. You're never coming back here according to the data she sent me. There's still rubber rafts and equipment stocked at the island. It's a ways off from shore, but you're a smart boy, you'll figure out how this works from there. Remember, keep your suit on until you reach an urban center. The more people that are exposed to you, the quicker the job is done. Then it's mission accomplished, and thus, bioweapon codename Fillan will finish my duty. Have a wonderful day, and remember, the final word in the Cold War belongs to the United States.